What about fair to the fellas, to the boys, ladies, matumbazana, kirili, nabanyana, poo 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 poo. Welcome to my take, and this is your boy Mel. Oh, this one is for the ladies. Ngithi namhlanje ngizane closure bo baby girl. I know you're still wondering what happened to that guy. What happened to your lover? What happened to the guy you were talking to? What happened to the guy who used to, you know what I mean? Like uyephi wavela wathi kwiqiqi ovuke ngekho. Hayi yazini. And I'm sure to this day you're still asking yourself, why did he ghost? But again, Yazin, upete mina, your boy Mel, the modern day daddy. And before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you can keep getting more of this juicy content. So today we're talking about why did he ghost on you? So a couple of weeks I was invited into one of these Twitter spaces, and I kind of realized there's so many ladies that are waltzing all over these streets and asking themselves what happened to that guy who actually took his time to actually pursue her, only for him to just wake up and ghost. And most of them are just stuck at a point where they're just saying men are trash, and men don't even have the common decency to just give them closure and just say, Yazin, akusakufuni girl, ngiyahamba. Kodwa it's not always that simple. We all know how life happens. You know, in the textbook it might just sound clear. Yazin, 1 + 1 2. But again, when it's real life, it becomes algebra, x, y, all over one. And then the answer is always, you know what I mean? Mama fraction, mama decimal, x ongasolve. Kodwa kuphela namhlanje njengoba sengishilo siyaludalula lolu daba. So too often people end up making up all these stories and theories just to help them get through things. Hey, bafethu, amantombazane niwashiye emuva niwagostile. Ngiyanitshela izinto abayikhulumayo. Asimulisa umzimba. Nawe ungazoyibuza ukuthi hayi bo wembali. Yonke lento ekhulumayo uthatha ngoba nje but then she needed to make up a story so that she can get over the whole fucking incident. I mean, you didn't explain, dude. Angit. So okay, moving right ahead. So too often guys ghost on women based on the following reasons. I'm not going to put them in any ranking order or to just say this one takes priority or this one, but I'm just going to bring them as they come. So the first one is usually at a point where you realize, as a gent, you realize that maybe you guys want the different things, or maybe you don't really align. Guys always know, guys. Like, gents are always paying attention. Sometimes you just meet a girl and then you realize, you know, her vision of how things are supposed to be going in this relationship and my vision of how this thing is supposed to flow out are not the same. But then sometimes even if you relate it, you tell her, as in, then you think and then you expect her to maybe uzomaiza or she'll slow down, and then she doesn't do that. Amantombazana sometimes, sometimes women, I don't know ukuthi niyithatha le nto yokuthi umuntu wesilisa, I don't know ukuthi umuntu wesilisa mayekutshela ukuthi maybe akafuni something. Women sometimes tend to challenge themselves to say, yazi, this guy thinks, so I'll try and convince him and show him ukuthi, you know. So sometimes you're busy trying to push someone away, but they keep gravitating. Like, I understand after having that conversation, even if maybe it was, you might have given a subtle way of just saying, you know what, let's just minimize this thing. This thing is not going to work. She's coming on too hard. So now ngiyabona ukuthi i-network akayidonsi kahle, or I'm trying to relate something to just say, this thing probably will never work. Or maybe you've seen a flaw, or maybe you've seen red flags, or you know what I mean? Sometimes you just see red flags and you're like, no, then eyes will say, so let me just walk away. So you try and, but then she keeps coming on strong. So at some point in time, you just have to gender diding, uvele go zip and just go out of the radar. Another reason why gents ghost is because as gents sometimes we just avoid complicated conversations. Some conversations are just uncomfortable, guys. Like, usually women are not so good at taking certain conversations, and suke avoid la conflict yokuthi utshela umuntu ukuthi ini, and then you have to explain. Especially sometimes you don't even have like a comfortable way of relating something, or should I say there's an easier way of putting out something. Sometimes umuntu uthi uyamtshela izinto ezigcine zingahambi kahle. So sometimes we're just avoiding those awkward conversations because it might be a reason that may not even be comfortable for me to relate to you. The reason why ngasakufuni is because so. But then I'm not close enough to you, or maybe I'm not so familiar with you to be able to actually just relate out an issue and say, I'm not into you because I think you are so da. Probably you're gonna get defensive. whatever, uzongithuka ungitshela ukuthi yini oyaziyo, what, and then you probably get defensive. So usually we're just always avoiding those weird altercations where you just find yourself usuthukana nomuntu because they are failing to take um just how you feel or your feelings or how you see a situation, just to say, you know what, into le ayizukusebenza, but then they might just feel like it's an attack on them. Maybe you're telling them they're not enough, or maybe you're telling them that. So not everyone is always willing to hear what is wrong with them, or what you, even if it's even if desiring someone or being into someone is always a personal preference that differs with person to person, but then not everyone is always willing to hear why someone they probably like is telling them they can't be with them. So sometimes we're just always avoiding this little unnecessary altercations of this is necessary, and then the reasons, maybe I'm not even close enough to you to actually say, you know what, or be the person that will be able to tell you the reason why I can't be with you, and when I understand it, because we're not that familiar with each other. Because I say talking stage, still getting to know each other. So I can't really critique you like that and you take it properly. But I'm sure if it was your friend who probably told you what I would probably tell you why we can't be in a relationship, you'd probably understand. So what I'm trying to say is I'll probably be not I'll probably not be the right person to relate the issue at hand. Another reason why gents ghost on ladies, this one's a deep one. Sometimes as gents, we're not really comfortable with hearing the fact that maybe you might have hurt someone, or in the process of you trying to find love, you might have put someone through the most, and maybe knowingly unembeza uyokutshela ukuthi yazi into engiyenzile la, or whatever I did, or maybe you might have taken a little, sometimes you may have taken part in a little bit of some leading on or whatever. So as a person, it's hard for you to go through life knowing that I did something bad to someone, or I'm a bad person, or so you don't want to hear that. And there's always that thing you uyazi ukuthi ngimoshile, and the whole conversation with mangamtshela ukuthi ayizusebenza, or why I'm not, it's going to go down and it's not going to end well. Or so you can't stand the idea of someone coming to you and telling you or calling you out on what you basically did wrong, or why, you know what I mean? Like there's so much accountability, there's so much responsibility to take, and the pain of watching someone go through pain, or angazi ukuthi ngayibeka ngithi someone going through the pain of how they experienced you and relating it to you, which as in experiencing you has been quite a painful experience, and it's not like people don't do shitty things and they don't know. People always know. And sometimes it's always the easy way out. So you don't want to hear that whole idea, because everyone wants to go through life telling themselves they're a good person. Everyone wants to go through life telling themselves that, you know what, I did right by Ubani and I'm a good person and I'm just trying to find life. Even though sometimes you might just do some flop. So sometimes it's not easy hearing someone tell you you are a bad person because you did something. I mean, we're not perfect. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons. We just can't stand, you know what I mean? Sometimes it can be a little too much, and some conversations are just a little too uncomfortable to have. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why guys ghost on ladies. Another reason why gents ghost on ladies is because some ladies just take too long. They just take too long to gravitate towards you. Like umuntu solo uyashelwa. Now awuyibona imphumela. You know, guys get tired. So like, you know, I'm a very strong believer of energy. As much as I'm a Jason and I pursue a lady, there's always that energy. Okay, man, you pursue a ngithi now you're supposed to give me a certain, even if ungazuvume ngaleso sikhathi, there's something, there's something I need to hold on to. Mangikhuluma nawe when we're just engaging. Okay, I think you might just be enjoying what we're having or what we're starting, or even if you're not gonna give it to me on the first day, you know, like that power of reciprocation. Which man, it's okay, baby girl, let us go on a date. There's no reason why you should turn me down. You can't just say yes. Put yourself in a situation where you can say you want to be in a relationship, so make it easy for me to pursue you. I wouldn't maybe you're easy, or no. But put yourself in a situation where I don't have to feel like I am burning my ass off to get you. You know what I mean? Just You be frustrated to a point where I actually end up just giving up. I mean, we all get tired. Guys get tired. I mean, you can't. There's a difference between chasing someone and pursuing someone. Chasing is tiring. Pursuing is hella fun because there's always that power of reciprocation, which as a let's go on a date and then we go and then now we hard to get. You showed up for the date. That means something to me. So amanye amantombazana sometimes they kind of push it, even if they like the guy, they don't really know how to really or place themselves in a situation where a guy can actually continue to pursue them. So by the time when you gravitate, or maybe you probably like the guy and then he's tired out. He's tired out. Like, I mean, there's always you choose someone who chooses you. So I chose you and I want to feel a certain energy of you, or the way you move, feel like we're also gravitating towards each other. So it's like we need to, you know, when a negative meets a positive, I am pursuing you, kukhona nje lento enza kube mnandi. So sometimes ladies take too long until a guy is damn tired. As ulamba uzugcina ungasalambanga ubona ukuthi hayibo ngeke phela lo ntombazana ufuna ukushela umuntu zakudala, ushela umuntu kuphela iminyaka emibili akubona emakhaya la. And people need to understand that these days, people have got so much access to so many people. So you gotta move. One moment ngila, if you do not act accordingly or you do not jump into the ship, I'll see someone else and then I'll pursue them. And then the next thing, sparks are flying somewhere. And by the time you come back, hi, hambile lelo bus, lihambile. How you do, ma? It's a man. And another reason why gents are ghost on ladies is he finally got to see the real you. So too often, guys, like you meet someone, you like them. Usually, guys are visual creatures, right? Like you're born into a tanda, you go after it. But then to figure la payana and you start a conversation or you're trying to get to know them, and then you finally see the real them. Maybe uthola ukuthi indlela akhuluma ngayo ngabangani bakhe, the way she talks about her friends, the way you treat people in general, the way you treat yourself, the way you do things, your beliefs. You know what I mean? Some things are not really pretty, guys. Like especially you need to learn to study a person by the way they talk about their friends, their family, how they treat the people during the time when you are around them. Just evaluate how they treat people. And some people are not really nice people. So no guy wants to be with a mean girl or a girl who. Women are supposed to be lovely, man. I mean, I personally believe that. Maybe some people love their women a little rude, and so and they don't respect their friends' issues, or they talk down on their friends, or they don't lift up their friends, or they're down talking. Into enjalo ubona ukuthi lamanye ama traits ala ayizukusebenza lento. So sometimes it's always because the guy saw the real you and he just decided, you know what, this one ain't for me. And sometimes it doesn't really take much to actually even see this one ain't for me. I mean, so all you need is a peek. I mean, we've all had an experience where we're like, sometimes you get to meet the baddest chick, and then you got the baddest chick, and then you're hanging out with the baddest chick, and she's everything. So it could be anything, guys. It can be even, I mean, we've all had a situation with a lady, or you know what I mean. Totally, maybe etemuhle njalo, totally maybe baby girl kwapha, or maybe down there ungathi khona la ungahlangani khona, yabo. It's kind of hard to tell someone that, but again, I mean, guys, we all know a woman has to be clean. For me, hygiene is number one. I mean, I'm a clean dude. And to be honest, I would want my girl to be twice as clean as I am, because I don't want to look like a guy who's obsessing about being clean in the relationship. And then so my girl has to be clean. For me, it's a must. She has to be 2 times cleaner than I am. So I'm actually very particular about things like that. So uthola ukuthi maybe girl now so sometimes it's kind of hard. Like I said previously, it's kind of hard to relate these things to someone ukuthi ngivele ngikutshela ukuthi phela wena wesinikiwe yazi idayile yakho lena ngathi something engahambi kahle ngayo, because uzofile ngathi ngikujwayela kabi and angikujwayele ngaleyo ndlela. So sometimes some things can be very offensive and people may not take them well. And especially le gang le enqena ukushefa. Ave ngingayithandi intombazane engathanda ukushefa because yo guys, I'm not gonna, okay, let me not make this about hygiene, but the girls hayi bo stadium ziningi into ezenzeka laphana, so yazini akuhlali kuhlanzekile lapha, so it be the little things uthola ukuthi maybe now ikhwapha alihambi kahle, so and then busuthola uguy opedantic njengabo who want the woman to be very 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 clean. So I won't be able to relate it to you, but the reason why I'm leaving you is because your coochie smells or something ain't right, or you know what I mean, or vagina something, you know what I mean, because I can't be with someone who's got a, you know, why should I put myself through that? So sometimes it be these little things, and I have no choice but to ghost. Jinda diding, Jinda. And another reason why gents ghost on ladies is because sometimes it's just too good. You know, sometimes we meet ladies at different stages of our lives. Like uthola ukuthi sometimes umuntu afike empilweni yakho and you're not really looking for a serious relationship, or you're not even actually, you know, you meet a girl, maybe you're just messing around, now you're just playing city boy. I don't know what city boy means, but I think it's got something to do with someone who's just living their life without commitments. So it's all these new terms, eh? Uthola ukuthi umuntu nje uzidlalela playboy vibes, they're just moving around, just having fun, easygoing, and then you meet this good girl who wants more from you, who wants your heart, and uyambona ukuthi ingane yabantu ilungile. Yazi unamantombazana alungile la ngaphandle, unamantombazana alunge kabi, and ubona ukuthi nawe yazini la uzophula inhliziyo yengane yabantu, angiyeke nje ukudlala nengane yabantu, and you can tell ukuthi she's genuine and she's got very genuine intentions, and wena nje sometimes nawe kumele uyibone ukuthi yazini mara ngilisimba, yazi ngilisimba elincane, ngilisimba, and lana ngizoyimosha nje ingane yabantu. Sometimes it's all out of puticism. So it's not always ukuthi maybe umuntu maka ghost, it's always got bad intentions behind, or it's because you're doing something bad. Sometimes it's usually just personal, and people, someone is just looking out for you, and it's going to be hard for them to just relate it to you and just say, you know what, zinzima ezinye izinto ukuthi explainele umuntu ukuthi I'm not ready, or I mean, you know what I mean, and she's just a good girl and you just have to run because there is no reason why for you to run, but yeah, she's a good girl and you're not trying to be in something like that. So sometimes some girls are just genuine girls, they're just too good for you, and now one would know, man, I'm not ready for this kind of deep shit, I'm not ready for this kind of love, or maybe you're dealing with issues, or yeah, so you'd rather just walk away and just let it be, eh? Because asifuni uhamba simosha abantu who are really looking for pure love out here. And another reason why gents ghost on ladies is probably because the lady is a miserable person, especially la mantombazana lawa esihlangana nawo ku-social media. Ayi niyawathengisa amaphupho, yo yazi umuntu umbuke laphana kwi-social utshela ukuthi yo, she looks like a fun girl, she looks exciting, she looks like she goes out a lot, maybe she does fun things, even if it's not clubbing or whatever, but maybe she looks like a person of substance, depending on the person's taste. You know, people have got different tastes. So, and then someone is showing that on their social page, and that is what they're presenting to you. And then when you get to meet them, then aksiyo na leon kifo mkhong, like kwetsa halang mo nekiri wena umutu also empa king ongbonsang yona thola ukuthi umuntu vela akana direction, they don't have a dream, they just have things flowing in a different direction, and they're just pulling you out, and you're like, I thought you were this kind of person, but then you sold me a dream. And then it usually happens also with la mantombazana la. I have nothing against makeup. Hey, I've got nothing against makeup. You can wear your makeup, but sometimes some of these girls, I don't know, there's some girls who are just overdoing it, to be honest. Like, so do go to, you know, like they've got their makeup and everything, and but again, there's that one day where she's got no makeup. Subona ukuthi hayi. Mara ngwanyana ola o karuna le bokobonyana. Ho etsahalang mo? Like man. Yabona like ngathi angiboni kahle. Kwenzekani la, yabo? Ngathi ubuhle bakhona bune offline bune online button ukuthi umuhle, mara mayingekho lento ngathi umuhle ngeangle. Angisazi noma umuhle noma ayikho muhle. Yabona leyo nto. And I think maybe it also comes back to the person lento ukuthi no one wants to be with someone who's actually insecure with who they are. So sometimes you feel like someone is always hiding a part of themselves, which they're supposed to be very comfortable with. Especially, I think okay, this is a real life example. I once met someone who never let anyone see their hair, and then you think to yourself, "Kwenzakalani?" So that's how you realize that there's actually some people who actually hide parts of who they are, and then you ask yourself, if you are like this, and I thought you were a confident person, I thought you were, but then you are not what I thought you were. So sometimes this is the reason why probably guys ghost on some ladies. Would you know, man, I thought you were a certain person, but turns out uflopo phone call asiyona nto irekisanga ekitholileng mo. Another reason why guys probably ghost on ladies is probably because some of these ladies are narcissists. And when I say narcissist is I understand that sometimes as a person you have to be, I mean, now kumele uzithande, now kumele uzizwe. Yabona uma uwumuntu uphila emhlabeni, now kumele yabo uyifile kancane, but I think some people are just too full of themselves. Namanye amantombazana who are so full of themselves to a point where it's always all about them. Even in a relationship, like it's always about them, and it's all about satisfying their desires because they feel so important. Ukuthi yabona mina mangu relationship umuntu uzokunikeza i-to-do list ukuthi I want you to do this, I want you to do that. If a guy is not doing this, I ain't doing this. Or like where's pedestalizer, and you're thinking to yourself, this person wants me to do all of this all for nothing. And it's probably because they just feel like, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're pretty, or finally, I don't know, this mentality of just them being the best thing that ever happened on earth, and you just literally breathing the same air next to them actually makes you happy, apparently, and they're not doing anything for you. So, and I've realized that there's so many guys who are entertaining such kind ladies, such type of ladies. You're just in a constant relationship where you actually just keep on serving and serving and serving and serving, and you're trying to make her happy, and she's doing nothing for you. And all she's ever doing is telling you, you're lucky you're with me, or doing you a favor about you. So it's there's no effort being reciprocated. Guys also need a little bit of some coming their way. Hey? So they've got nothing to offer, and all they're doing is just telling you what they want from you. So some girls are just little too nice. So now Umuntu is just full of themselves, and they just feel so entitled to so much, and they just want me to keep on doing stuff for them. And ladies, you also need to understand that no guy is obligated to do your hair, your nails, your makeup, or what I mean. You're an adult too. You're also a living human being on planet Earth. Do something about it. You're supposed to also have a purpose in life. You're supposed to have a job. You're supposed to be able to feed yourself. So there's something that just come off as basic needs. So just learn to take care of yourself. And gents, don't always keep on scraping off the bottom of the pot, man. Yazini kunamantombazana amahla angcono la ngaphandle angekaze akucela into ezisile and just feel obligated to them. So uthola ukuthi umuntu, they feel so entitled to you paying for their nails or doing their hair, and shit that they can't even possibly do for themselves. That's when you just realize ukuthi look, girl is just simply trash, and you've got no option but ghost. From here, clarity is clear to see. I think ngizamile ukwabuyisa cishe wonke ama-reasons why guys ghost on ladies. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope you're in agreement with all the reasons that I brought up. In the case that you're not, be sure to drop a comment and let me know what you think. This is your boy Mel, and till next time, peace.